Money in the Bank is done and there is so much to get into. So, without further ado, here are your 2025 Money in the Bank Hot Takes. Hot Takes is a series where after every single Raw, SmackDown, and PLEs, I give you the opportunity to voice your opinion, whether it be good, bad, or just some random ass nonsense. And you can submit all of those hot takes over on Twitter at Conman167. All you gotta do is take a look for this tweet. So before we get into those, don't disappoint Mr. Iguana and leave a like on this video. And if you're looking for my Money in the Bank review, it's already up on my channel, so just go take a look at that after this one. LA Knight should have won. It's been 3 years in a row now where he has been screwed out of the contract. I don't know if he's ever going to get another run for the world title again. Triple H said, good things come to those who wait, and LA Knight has been waiting a long time for an opportunity. I can't believe he didn't win Money in the Bank. Like, Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank contract in 2025, I really don't think we needed that. Rollins could easily get to the world title without the briefcase. LA Knight, on the other hand, I don't know how he gets to that level without something like the MITB briefcase. Like, he's a megastar. Everybody loves LA Knight, and a lot of people were picking LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank briefcase at Money in the Bank 2025 simply because it's his time. He's ready. He's got the reactions. He's continuously getting some of the best pops on the show. He's worked his way up through the mid-card. He's at that spot where he could break through the glass ceiling. All they got to do is strap a rocket to him, but for some reason, they just simply won't. I don't know how much longer he has to wait for an opportunity. I don't know why you wouldn't push LA Knight all the way to the moon. Maybe there's something in store for him. Maybe there's like a Royal Rumble win coming up in 2026, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. And like, it was right there too. I'm not trying to complain too much, but you had the opportunity of either Sami Zayn, CM Punk, or Roman Reigns to stop Seth Rollins from grabbing that briefcase. Instead, no storyline follow-up with that, and it just ended up being the guy that, well, probably was going to win it because the storyline was dictating it. But always, predictable isn't always good. Predictable isn't always bad, but this is one of those scenarios where predictable was predictable, and it's like, okay, status quo now moving forward. Seth Rollins got the Money in the Bank briefcase. I guess not really status quo, something has changed, but like, this is the story they've been telling for the last few weeks, and I guess, you know what? It is what it is, right? I just don't like it for LA Knight, and I don't know how he gets back to that world title. I'm sure a lot of people as well watching this are wondering the same question. How does LA Knight get back to that world championship? It might be King of the Ring. I would actually love to see him win King of the Ring. It would be a great way to build up LA Knight through that tournament, give him a big win, a big moment, and then a match at SummerSlam. So if that's the case, then all right, I could get on board. Was truth ever really gone? Did WWE swerve us, or did WWE backpedal? R-Truth was let go, all right? There's no question about that. It has been now confirmed by a bunch of media sources, Sean Ross Sapp. Even R-Truth's own son said, stop the cap, when Triple H said that it was like a storyline that are you enjoying the show? Are you liking it? It was part of the show. Like, it was not part of the show all along. Let's make one thing very clear. I mean, I'm speaking super duper confidently, like I know, and I don't actually know because I wasn't there. But like, if we look at how the story came together, it really doesn't make a lot of sense how this could have been a long-term play the entire time. R-Truth's last match wasn't against John Cena. It was against JC Mateo. There was negative fan backlash for a week straight. People were spamming "We Want Truth" in the Worlds Collide chat. People were screaming "We Want Truth" at live events. There was signs. Everything was trending in the direction that WWE needed to listen to the fans, because this type of backlash, not only with the fans, but the talent backstage, was something unlike I think anybody has ever seen in WWE before. R-Truth was beloved, is beloved by everyone in WWE, and essentially, you fired Santa Claus. But all is right now. R-Truth is back, and after like the last week of not really returning phone calls and not really answering WWE, he got his bag, I hope. Like, Nick Khan, you better have given that man his bag. R-Truth, welcome back. We all missed you. We all love you, and it's just so great to see him. But the question is now, do we get a more serious R-Truth? Because like, we might be getting a different version. We might be getting Ron Killings, the former NWA champion Ron Killings in WWE. Let me know your thoughts on that. Well, here's the thought. Him going by Ron Killings is a good idea. No more silly truth. He now seems serious. And like, I know everybody's focusing on this t-shirt from R-Truth right here. I'm pretty sure that that is an old t-shirt. That is not a new drop. I believe they've re-released it on WWE Shop, but this is not a new new drop. What is new is the Ron Killings name. We've never really seen this before in WWE. We've seen him as K-Quick, we've seen him as R-Truth, but we've never seen him as Ron Killings. And like I mentioned in the previous hot take, he is a former NWA champion. Ron Killings was a beast. He was an absolute baller, and now he is just kind of morphed into this comedy character, but he looks like he's about to break out. It looks like R-Truth might become very serious, and I wonder, can we actually handle this new Truth? It's a little bit reminiscent of 2011 R-Truth when he was feuding with John Cena, but the fans are so behind this man right now. I truly wonder, like, are we about to see R-Truth break through this glass ceiling? Are we going to see a perennial comedy character break into the main event with the amount of fans that are behind him, his ring work, how loved he is in the business? I wouldn't be surprised if we see R-Truth in more main event matchups for the rest of this year. Dude, we might get another match between John Cena and R-Truth, which is just crazy to say out loud. Maybe even for the WWE Championship. If you told me at King and Queen of the Ring it was R-Truth versus John Cena with the title on the line, I'd buy in. But regardless, the Truth has been set free. It's great to have him back, and I can't wait to see what's next for Ron Killings. Since Naomi won Money in the Bank, Cargill should take that title off of Stratton at Evolution. Belair returns, setting up for Belair versus Cargill at SummerSlam, and then Naomi cashes in at SummerSlam. The idea of Naomi taking the title away from either Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair is mwah! Oh, I love it. It would be a perfect story to get the title on Naomi and have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill chasing Naomi for an eventual triple threat match. Like, that needs to happen. And also, with the amount of drama that's going on between Bianca and Jade, I could easily see that being the SummerSlam match. I could easily see Jade Cargill becoming champion before SummerSlam and Bianca Belair facing her for the title. I could also see Bianca somehow returning and winning the championship and then facing Jade Cargill still at SummerSlam. Like, that match right there, there's a lot, I think, that's going to go into it. Evolution's going to play a huge factor in the build, but SummerSlam feels like we're getting some sort of version of Bianca versus Jade. And if it was a title match and you had Naomi cash in during that matchup, it would be one of the best SummerSlam angles WWE has ever run with. I really want to see Naomi cash in now on either Bianca or Jade Cargill. Have her hold on to that briefcase. Even if this doesn't happen at SummerSlam, have her hold on the briefcase until Bianca's champion or until Jade is champion and literally have her steal that moment away from them. It would just be perfect. And now that Naomi is Miss Money in the Bank, there's one message sent out to everybody: proceed with caution. I really want to see where they take Cena's last run because they keep teasing Cena versus Punk, but R-Truth has been a big factor in the run. Who is going to end John Cena's career in WWE? Who will get his last match at the end of the year? It's a big question that everybody is speculating, and with Cody Rhodes facing John and beating John Cena at Money in the Bank, it leads you to think that Cody will get an eventual rematch against John. I just don't think it will be at the end of the year. Going into this whole story with John Cena, I had it in my mind that it was going to be Cody Rhodes taking the title back from John and saving the WWE. But the more that I look into this, the more that I think about it, the perfect savior for the WWE is CM Punk. If we go all the way back to Money in the Bank 2011, it was CM Punk who was leaving WWE, blowing a kiss and taking the WWE Championship with him. Now in 2025, it is John Cena threatening to do basically the same thing at the end of the year. Take the title and go home. And the best part of this whole story is that it was actually John Cena versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011, where CM Punk blew that kiss and walked out of WWE. It would be so poetic, so perfect if at the end of the year in Boston, if CM Punk took the title away from John Cena. Now, as much as I want to see John Cena end his career as a babyface and I want that redemption arc from him, the idea of CM Punk actually being the guy to take the title and save it would be really, really dope. And I don't think anybody would be upset with that. It's just John Cena ending his career as a heel isn't the most amazing feeling thing. Like, we want to root for John Cena. Like, everybody truly wants to root for John in 2025, but he's just making us boo him, right? He's ruining pro wrestling. But pro wrestling truly can't be ruined, and somebody has to save it, and I think that savior is CM Punk. So book it. End of the year. Punk being the man to take the title away from John Cena before he leaves WWE. The disrespect this man gets is insane. Logan truly carried that match with his spots, and he does most matches with so many amazing moments. Give him the keys. It's actually so wild how this bum-ass YouTuber over here is somehow one of the best wrestlers in WWE right now. It's actually insane. The moves that Logan Paul can do, the high spots, and just the overall creativity with being a pro wrestler. The idea that he brings the drone to the ring, he holds onto the drone, he calls for it, and he gets hit with a superplex and then a splash from Jay while we have that drone. That's the type of thing and outside of the box thinking that like someone like Logan Paul brings to this business. I know not everybody loves him. I know not everybody likes the person. But like Logan Paul, his brain for the business and his athleticism is incredibly impressive. It's easy to dog on him. It's easy to say, oh, I don't like this guy because he didn't start in wrestling. He's an outsider and we don't like outsiders. And it would be fair if he wasn't delivering in the ring. But truthfully, every time Logan Paul steps foot inside a WWE ring, something special happens. It really is only a matter of time, I think, before Logan Paul will be a world heavyweight champion in WWE. John Cena is telling us the future. Logan Paul getting that side-by-side with John holding up the world title wasn't by accident. That was WWE taking a look at what Logan Paul looks like as a champion. And honestly, he passed with flying colors. The only thing will be is that if he is a world champion, he will need to be on TV a little more often, and he will need to be defending that title a little more frequently and wrestling in some more matches, not just highlight matches at a PLE, right? We need to see a few more Monday Night Raw matchups, maybe a SmackDown match. Hell, maybe this dude goes on WWE Speed and showcases what he can do in 3 minutes. If he starts doing that type of stuff, the respect will come along with it with the fans. But as of now, man, like there is no denying Logan Paul is incredibly impressive. The chemistry that Becky has with Lyra is excellent. They put on another banger and the women's IC title scene is in a great place and I'm happy. Yeah, absolutely. All the credit in the world to Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. They went out there and crushed it over that women's IC championship. And you know, the result is interesting. Getting Becky Lynch the championship, prolonging a bit of a feud with Lyra and Becky. Like, we're getting a trilogy out of this, and when they have that type of in-ring chemistry, why would you not want a trilogy? I mean, it's no surprise, truly, Lyra Valkyria is fantastic in that ring, and Becky Lynch, for whatever reason, is now completely underrated. The fans have booed her, and they've called her Becky Hogan and for so freaking long that now people don't actually respect what she brings to the table. Becky Lynch is an incredible wrestler. She works a great main event style, and every single time that she's in that ring, man, magic happens. And what's even more wild to me is like seeing how fans have turned on Becky Lynch through the years, right? We had the rise of the man character, which was one of the most popular runs in WWE history, truly. If you were a part of it and you got to witness it firsthand, Becky Lynch's run as the man was awesome. All the way up until WrestleMania, where she had the match with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey and won both championships in the main event, Becky 2 belts. It was a great time, but she's still a fantastic wrestler, and a lot of people dog on her simply because, well, she's been around for a little bit, and when she beats a younger talent, it's like, why are we not pushing this younger talent? But it's not like Becky Lynch is old. It's not like Becky Lynch is just done. She is in her prime still right now. Becky Lynch, in fact, I think Becky Lynch is reaching a whole other level as a superstar. This level of respect that she's commanding in the ring and amongst the fans, it's like we're reaching superstardom levels again. Like Becky Lynch is truly on the up right now as a heel, and I love to see it. And now she's the second ever women's intercontinental champion, and we are going to get some great stories and great matches out of this championship run. Like we at least get a rematch with Lyra Valkyria. There's probably something with Bayley down the line. We might even get the triple threat between Bayley, Becky, and Lyra at, say, Evolution. There's so many different directions, and especially if Becky Lynch wants to help the next generation of stars try to establish some new wrestlers on the brand. Look, we have so many young talent that were just called up. Roxanne Perez, Julia, I know she's over on SmackDown, Stephanie Vaquer, right? There's so many great young talents that could go in the ring against Becky Lynch, and she could help them grow. She could help them develop into the next main event stars of the women's division. This is the right call. Becky Lynch as women's IC champion is 1000% the correct thing. Good job, Becky Lynch. big win. Money in the Bank wasn't comparable to Worlds Collide. Yeah, Money in the Bank was a very fun show, but I'll tell you what, Worlds Collide was incredibly entertaining from start to finish and just introduced me to a whole whack of new wrestlers I had never seen before. I mean, how could you possibly hate Mr. Iguana? How could you dislike anything you saw after seeing this man on your TV? Mr. Iguana is him, all right? Let's put all the belts on him. Let's have Mr. Iguana be the belt collector. Let's get like the nice little replica titles for the Iguana himself. We can put all the championships around the Iguana, have all the titles around Mr. Iguana. It would be a great time. I love this guy. Like, we've seen enough, all right? Even Editor J over here says book him and Dirty Dom for the IC title at SummerSlam. I would be so down for it. I don't care. Like, if Dom and Mr. Iguana got a match at SummerSlam, dude, sign me up. We have found the next great comedy character in WWE. It's only going to be a matter of time before Mr. Iguana is in WWE, before we see him competing in a WWE ring. He reminds me so much of like a Santino Marella, like of an R-Truth, somebody who can just get anybody to laugh at any given time. But the best part of it all, Mr. Iguana is a baller in the ring. The dude can go. Anybody that you put him in the ring against, he's going to thrive. He's going to put on a great matchup. He's so excellent at his character work that, like, I don't know how you don't sign this man. I mean, I guess technically he is signed, right? Because WWE owns AAA, so he's technically under contract then. And putting him on WWE TV means WWE sees money in this green man. So push Mr. Iguana. More of the Iguana on our TV. I am an Iguana maniac. Wade Barrett just showed why he is a better commentator than Pat. Let's be real, Pat's saying the same thing over and over, and it's becoming pale now. Wade was very vocal today and was toe-to-toe with Michael today, and Pat was very silent and always had nothing interesting to say. Here's the difference between Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. Pat McAfee's an entertainer. Wade Barrett actually was a wrestler. Wade Barrett understands this business. He came up in it. He's really thrived in it. He had great moments at the top, worked with some main event talent, and then also saw what it was like to be on the undercard, to be essentially an enhancement talent before getting released from WWE, right? Wade Barrett has been through it all. He understands what this business is about, and unfortunately I just don't think Pat McAfee can remotely understand what Wade has seen, what Wade has been through, and the connection to the business Wade might have. You hear the passion in his voice while he's talking about it, and Pat McAfee is out here entertaining. I don't dislike Pat McAfee's commentary style. I actually find it quite entertaining, but Wade Barrett brings a certain level of professionalism and a different look into the world of professional wrestling than Pat McAfee can. It is a great three-person commentary table of Wade Barrett, Michael Cole, and Pat McAfee. You have Michael Cole, the voice of WWE, you have Pat the Entertainer, and you have Wade Barrett as just this great analysis, in-depth guy who's been there, who's done that, who's been at the top of the card, right? The leader of Nexus. If this is the commentary group for PLEs moving forward, I think everybody is going to enjoy the overall commentary and just the back and forth that will develop between all three of them. I like Wade Barrett. He's doing a great job. I hate you, Solo. Wasn't expecting the betrayal coming from Jacob. I mean, he is the face in this whole storyline. Jacob Fatu turning on Solo Sikoa was long overdue, and he proved right then and there that he isn't just all gas and no brains. He got brains. He heard it, and he executed, and he took out Solo Sikoa, somebody that could not be trusted. But babyface Fatu is here, and Yarameen, dude, this is going to be a great run as the United States champion. Jacob Fatu is about to have banger matches against Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, potentially Tama Tonga Loa if he returns. We have now Fatu going up against his bloodline. It's going to make for some great TV. What also is going to make for some great TV is Solo Sikoa throughout all of this. I think Solo has evolved into a completely different performer than what he was a year ago. His mannerisms, how funny he is, like, he's truly letting that personality shine through right now. And I'll tell you what, he feels more and more like an Uso every day. But if I'm looking at the schedule ahead, we are probably going to build to Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam for the United States title. And the question then be, does Solo Sikoa win the US title, or does Jacob Fatu retain the thing and go on to do bigger things? Either way, it's going to be a fun build to a fun match at SummerSlam. Just please don't make it Bloodline rules. But that's it. Those are your hot takes. Let me know any others that you may have down in the comments below, and also be sure to leave a like on this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications, and keep coming back every single day because we upload wrestling videos every single day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Money in the Bank, and we'll see you on Monday for Monday Night Raw.